And it says we are live. I'm here, you're beautiful. It's Thursday night. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. If the stream happens to drop, don't go away. I will close this one and I will open a brand new one and we will just pick up and keep going. I mentioned that because we've had problems in the past. I really hope that I've got it finally figured out. It seems the last couple of weeks were all right. Let's hope that things continue to be all right. Let's see who we already have here. Wait, hold on. Hold the phone here, guys, for just a moment. Okay. Hey, Big M, Blue, Tetranova, Dragonfly. Hey, Heathen. Quick question. Hold on. I don't have favorite colors. I got a favorite color, and it's purple. If I had a second, it would be indigo. Purple and indigo. Hey, Razor Bear, Matthew, Marcus, Franzese. Happy to see all you guys here. Of course, boy, oh boy, so much can change in a week. And such is the case with TFCon, with the reissues coming up, with the newest wave of the Blokees, and so much more. I don't have an unboxing this week, in part because I don't have anything in my hand right now, but also because we're going to finish off the individual Dinobots tomorrow. Then next week we're going to do the combined mode as well as the add-on kit. And I was like, man, if I do too many unboxings in a row now, we're going to kind of fall too far behind. So I'd rather wait and hopefully pick it up with some stuff maybe next week, week after, some such thing as that. So if you're wondering why I don't have something tonight, that's kind of why. Though I will note that the Star Wars Mandalorian crossover has been cited here locally at Walmart. I don't know where else. And there have been reports of Age of the Prime's Voyagers and Leaders being, of course, Prima and Red Alert, as well as The Fallen, cited in Australia, in the US, and even here in Canada, in Ontario. So they are certainly eking out. And I do know that at our local Walmarts, the tags are on the shelves for the Age of the Prime stuff. So I guess it's forthcoming. Start keeping your eyes peeled if you are looking for some of the first wave of Age of the Prime's items. So there you go. Hey, Big Easy. Reason I ask, I want to run an experiment. I want to test as I experiment on my own. Okay, well, you run your experiment, I guess. Good luck to you with it. Hey, Fire Prime. When these coming out, or is it throughout Hasbro Pulse only? I don't know what you're talking about, Matthew. Are you talking about the Age of the Prime stuff? I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Matthew. I must have missed something, buddy. Hey, Dragonfly. Hope the LA Con gears. What? Enjoyed them? Oh, goers enjoyed themselves. Yeah, so do I. I mean, if you're going to a con, I mean, you would like to think. Hold on, let me just adjust this here a little bit. If you're going to a con, you would like to think that it was enjoyed by those that went to it, for sure. You can keep Cyber World. I'd rather watch a good stop motion. That's fair. Speaking of TFCon, people still think Fans Toys is really still doing a 4-foot tall max. Those morons. I mean, they might. I mean, I guess depends on how the Lewin Resources actually sold. I checked Target and Walmart here in Florida. No Mando. Oh, Mandalorian, I guess, TF or Age of the Primes yet. I'd say keep your eyes out, because if we have the Mandalorian crossover here, then like, come on, we're an island, we're a little piddly island in the North Atlantic. If we have it, it's headed your way. I'm talking about Nacelle and this Trendy Prime. Trendy Prime? I don't know what you're talking about. But no, why do people always think that things are Pulse exclusive? Stop. Just don't ever go to Pulse. Like, let Pulse just die. Like, just leave it. Just don't use it. Those pre-orders, I can't speak for where you're to, Matthew. I really don't know. But, like, they're up everywhere here. I mean, your GameStops, your ages 3 and up, your TF Toys, like, they're up everywhere here. They were exclusive to Amazon, but I guess that exclusivity has ended. That's why they can do the reissues, and they're everywhere as best as I've been able to see, Matthew. Hey, Master Fire. I'm glad Nova Prime is getting a re-release. We'll talk about all of that in just a little bit. I just got Bone Crusher, Scrapper, and Triptychon delivered. Oh, well, good for you, I guess. I assume that you must mean the new ones, I'm guessing. I can say, and it's very interesting, that those 3 in particular, here I've seen them as pre-order, but I never said a date, which made me think, like, I guess they're just going to come. Either way, whatever it is, certainly Triptychon is glorious. Really enjoy him. Can't speak for the other 2. Hope you enjoy them. I saw Beast Wars Optimus Primal at a collector store earlier. Hey, Teen Toys. I don't use Pulse, but this stuff is hit or miss. It appears here in Australia. I mean, I would go anywhere else first. I would check out whatever all of your usual outlets, haunts, whatever is. I would check there first. I can only speak for Canada, and I can tell you that I've checked a bunch of places, and the pre-orders are up kind of everywhere, really. Which, again, is the sort of thing, like, people, because it's being released yet again, I don't know if folks really have any room after this to complain and say, well, I didn't get it. Like, it's been released 2 or 3 times, guys. Like, come on, you know. I guess they can't have it forever, I suppose. I don't know why people always announce the ads. I have zero control over that, right? I have to turn them on, and I can't speak for where it was like in other countries, but here, I either have to place a bunch of ads manually in here, which I'm not doing, or just let YouTube do it. And I have no say over what they are, where they are. There's sometimes, this is weird, sometimes there's a little skip thing that comes up on the bottom of the screen, but that's not consistent either, though I feel like it should be, because I would skip them all if I could. So I'm sorry about that, but there's not much I can do about that. My wife's seen someone selling a G1 Triptychon on Facebook. Box on open, $700. That's nuts. Let's jump into the news. And we're going to start with this. That's right. A diorama for the Studio Series Devastator. And it's not easily seen, but you can see the whole robot here. And it sort of was a show off of Mixmaster and maybe Scavenger, I think. I can't remember now. But, like, this gives you an idea of what the end result is going to look like, or what they're aiming for the end result to look like. Will it look like that in the end? I don't know. Time will tell. But that kind of gives you the idea. Scavenger it was. Yeah, Scavenger. So, a couple of little teases is all. We've sort of seen that before. So I'm not going to waste much time on that, but it's neat that it's there. Lyle Kaiser, of course, the second tier now unlocked with the nunchuck. They still have to get the stand unlocked. Again, I'm not interested in any of this. I'm not interested in playing games. Either you offer the product or you don't. And as far as I'm concerned, you're holding back product right now. Sorry, I'm not playing that game. Let me know when everything is available. Then I'll figure out if I'm in for it or not. If it doesn't get everything unlocked, then I'm not interested, because you're literally saying, oh, yeah, we were going to include this, but then we didn't bother. I'm not cool with that. Maybe you are, but I'm not. Robeson teased a Bumblebee. I assume this one could transform, since they did the robot Bumblebee before, and that thing could not transform. So make of that what you will. So G1 Prowl earlier. Cool. YouTube's a pain in the tail. Okay. In figure news, what? My something Menosaur is finally complete. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, Hodgepodge Menosaur is finally complete. Well, good for you. I'm happy that it's complete. So yeah, Bumblebee, Robeson. It doesn't interest me. I'm not a Robeson guy. We'll come back to this. This was the Ocular Max Green Ravage. That's something that was released at TFCon. It was the exclusive, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. We also had images of the retro Bumblebee. I'm willing to bet that during the Walmart Collector Con that this will be one of the items available there. I know that the Gears is, but I got to believe this will be as well. For those of you who don't know, this is the Netflix Bumblebee mold done in more G1 toy colors, though it does have an animation accurate head. I like that it has the Autobot logo on the tummy. You'll notice that the black legs are correct. The yellow down on his feet, that's correct. The arms here are all black. And that's really the only thing that makes it toy accurate. If you had yellow forearms or even painted them yellow, this is a pretty dandy bee, honestly. I like this way more than the 86. And if you look at the tummy, while it's not right, it's far more animation accurate. People have said that the 86 looks just like the animation. It doesn't at all, because the animation is not as squared off. It has corners on the roof, but those corners are more rounded because it's supposed to be a bug. It's not supposed to be a square roof, right? I still wish the windows on this were blue rather than black, just like I did with the 86. But I think that if you were trying to decide between the 86 or this, I would say get this. Not that the 86 is bad, but if you want something that actually like looks like Bumblebee, I think this looks more like Bumblebee. Make of that what you will. It looks great in his retro packaging. Here he is next to the 86. And again, I said that the... One second. I said that the 86 is okay. To me, it would be a great bumper. I could see it as bumper. I could see it as hubcap even. It's car mode. It's penny racer car mode. Looks just like that. And while the Netflix Bumblebee mold is a more realistic version of the bug, the beetle, whatever, it's still in robot mode more accurate because of the rounded soft edges. All the 86 really needed was where that roof is, it had to be a little softer on the corners. If that was done, the 86, I wouldn't have any gripes with it at all. And again, it's not bad. Let's get that clear. It's not bad. It's just I personally can't see it past the square chest. Here, of course, you can see Bumblebee next to it. This is either the 4-pack Bumblebee or hubcap. And again, like, okay, cool. I guess it uses the cliff jumper mold. Right here he is next to a couple of G1 Bumblebees. And again, everybody said the 86 looks like G1 Bumblebee. No, it don't. Here's the G1 Bumblebee right here in the middle. Right here in the middle. And it does not have squared corners. It does not. I mean, I have Netflix Bumblebee. That's the darker yellow. I like the yellow of the toy accurate one in the middle, and I love the gold bug, which I also do definitely have. Again, not bad, just varying degrees of good. Here you have the 86 next to, and you can see robot to robot. I look at these two robots, and I clearly think that the one on the left, the Netflix one, is the superior, more accurate looking Bumblebee. I just do. If you think different, that's cool. That's your prerogative. I don't see how any of this screams Bumblebee. That's all. So, and I'm surprised that I like the retro one as much as I do, because I was kind of on the Netflix one being this more orangey yellow, but with this yellow, man, the mold looks way better. So if Tessa's here now, that's my dog, if you don't know. And I think she's going to lie right there on the floor next to Dad. There is Bumblebee next to the 4-pack Bumblebee that uses the hubcap mold. I didn't like the hubcap mold for that. As a matter of fact, I tore this Bumblebee head off and put a bumper head on. I said hubcap, but bumper. So I actually have a custom bumper done with that 4-pack mold. The one over on this side where I have the cursor, say. And there he is next to G1. Again, the G1, neither the animation nor the toy have square corners on the roof. That's what I've always been trying to explain with the 86. And I mean, I mean, the visuals here, right? Nothing new here other than that stuff. So let's kind of back out of that and back out of that. And we will go back here and I'm going to go down. There's some stuff I'm going to skip as we go through here. Speaking of the retro Bumblebee, here is the retro Gears. Let me just check in with you guys here for a moment too. Retro B and Gears have been up on Walmart for months. Wouldn't know. I didn't look for them. I don't have any interest myself in getting them. Right? Hey Ken. Well, crazy. What? Well, crazy can be wise. What you one is what I follow. Dennis talks about Hasbro price rise, and we gotta haggle the Hasbro to right price, not the employee. They're just sellers and messengers. Oh yeah, I mean it's no good to talk to employees. You gotta talk to managers. It's crazy. I have 4 different G1 Bumblebees right now. That is crazy, but I mean to each their own. If that's your thing. So we go down here a little bit. Hey Joel. I think the 86B is a fair compromise if Volkswagen wasn't playing with them using the bug shape. I just think the 86 had to have rounded corners on the roof. I think that would have fixed a lot of my gripe with it. It's just I look at it and I look at the torso and I'm like, it's not Bumblebee. The legs are fine, the arms are fine, the head is fine, but the torso is just not Bumblebee to me, and that killed it for me, right? And not for nothing. When I reviewed him, he scored high. He's a great transformer. He's a great B. He's too small. His chest is too square, but like he's a great, you know, I guess figure to add if you're in for that. I also need to make a bumper myself. I'm curious if Hasbro will ever make a new bumper. They probably will. I mean, it seems like an easy repaint at some point to do. One of the things about being in Australia, there's no such thing as Walmart exclusives. I agree with you on the call. Bit rounding. Yeah, right. Walgreens exclusives here go to Toys. No, go to GameStop. And Target exclusives here go to Toys R Us, which is terrible. I digress. This Gears. So very first thing in the package, before anybody says it, no, he's not missing his chest. It's down bottom, just like it was with the Legacy one. It's in there. He's not missing it. The back, I love that they have that G1 artwork. You may, by the way, hear our washing machine. Starscream wife just came down and she's putting some laundry in. So if you hear it in the background until she's kind of done out there and got the door closed a little bit, don't be surprised. You guys know by now she's always rummaging around in the background. Anyway, I digress. This looks great. The blue is a bit brighter, but it looks very toy accurate blue because the show had a deeper blue, as does the Legacy. I like the new face sculpt. I even like the use of the yellow on the chest, which is just silver on the animation accurate one. When I see this alt mode, especially with the black on the roof and the hood or the bonnet, depending on where you live in the world. But I see this alt mode and I'm like, wow, this screams G1 toy accuracy to me. The colors are right. The shade of red is right. The shade of blue is right. Really, really impressed with this. It's a great offering anyway. I don't need it because I have, the toy or the tune accurate version that came out in Legacy. But man, if you are in for, and I also have Smallfoot. I don't have the G1, but you can look at the G1 next to the retro one here. And you can see like that brighter blue. You can see the shade of red is correct. Like for a toy accurate version, it's really quite well done. Really well done. And you can see the comparisons here, right? The chest is actually pretty much the same as Smallfoot's. Not exactly the same, but pretty darn close. So yeah, I don't care which version of this mold you get, but you owe it to yourself to have at least one of it because it's really just that good. We also have, I mentioned this, out in Australia, some of the Age of the Prime stuff out in the US and out in Canada. This is the kind of like dealer room recap. I'm not going through everything here, but you were able to see things like Iron Factory had. Icon is a general release here too. Plenty. Gears would have looked better with his chest attached. I get not attached as it's windowless boxes, but he's in a blister here. Yeah, I don't know why. You know, honestly, I think that the chest probably should have been pinned, but I understand why they didn't because you take it off and you put it on the back, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but like, I agree with you, Francis. Yeah, I'm with you and Dragonfly. I think it would have looked better that way. Why didn't they make that Slipstream first? Who knows? Went to Walmart today. Still no new Transformer stuff. I mentioned earlier, Keldeo. I don't know if you were here that the Mandalorian crossover is here at our Walmart as well. So keep your eyes peeled if you're into that. But this is the Iron Factory, Lio Kaiser, Legends scale, but like a great Lio Kaiser. You know, there's been so much Lio Kaiser talk lately, of course. Right. This is Metal Hawk, and he comes with armor that you can put on him, so it looks like he has his Pretender shell on him, as well as an alternate head. I'm really, really impressed with this Metal Hawk. We'll see more of him later, though. This was just a number of things that were on display. I'm not going through what all of it is. I guess that's a star screen. I feel like I reviewed this. I can't remember what this is called, but I feel like Maximal 10, not a camo color. I think it was just a green color. But I feel like I've reviewed this thing or a version thereof. And maybe I'm wrong, but like this seems weirdly familiar to me. I feel like this would be some sort of a bulkhead or something. I don't know. It's very, very strange, but I like it though. I think it looks really cool. I think this looks cool too, but I don't know what it's supposed to be. The Green Ravage. I mean, we've seen Ocular Max do the cassettes. They're fairly large, but they are received well, and they do look nice next to like MP Soundwave, for example. I mean, if that's what you're into, cool. A lot of third party stuff here. This, of course, is the Black Wing Saber, who is I don't know if it's a Nemesis version or what, but it's obviously from fans' hobby, and it can attach, of course, to their Optimus. Of a similar color scheme, right? Of a similar color scheme, obviously. That's both of them attached, I think. 3-0 showed off a ton of their stuff. There's M Deluxe Red Alert, right? That is it Shattered Glass? Hot Rod, possibly. The Optimus with the Megatron arm, a la Skybound. The G1 accurate M Deluxe version of Cliff Jumper, meaning, of course, he has less red on his arms and his legs. Movie Jazz, of course. Ironhide, again, Jazz and Ironhide are grayscale, but you get an idea. Super detailed. I like this. I find this very interesting. So it's Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal, but in like the original G1 Primal coloring from the original Beast Wars show, right? I like that. I think it looks really good. Why they didn't color him this way in the movie, I don't know. Because I think that looks super duper cool. The blue head, like, I think this would have been far better received. He has his mutant mask, his mace thing, his two swords. Like, yeah, I think that's really cool. The cone heads, they look pretty great. Even if stylized, right? And I don't know if there's anything after them. Don't think so, other than like some generalities, right? And that brings us back around. So that's the dealer room. And I know I went through it somewhat quickly, but I'm not looking to belabor things here. You guys have been able to see these images as easy as I can. This is the slideshow, which I will go through from TFCon. And we started off with Make Toys. I always like to see Make Toys making inroads and like doing things, right? So Make Toys showed off their Wingnut and their Die Job, which is basically Thundercracker and a darker Thundercracker, right? Looks great. This looks tremendous. I think we all know their Starscream and how well received that was. It makes sense that you would have other Seekers done the same way. Both robot mode and plain mode look tremendous. Honestly, I feel like that this is Thundercracker in toy accuracy and animation accuracy, because this dark color, this screams toy accurate Thundercracker. I'll get them both and use them as different guys myself, personally. DX9, they showed off their Sideswipe and their Prowl. Sideswipe looks really tremendous. I'm assuming MP scaled, I would guess. Prowl, we just kind of have line work for, so it is what it is. You know, he looks good for what it is. A grayscale here. I like the look of it, but this is more of a tease of a Prowl than I think anything else, personally. Hey, Sovereign. The live action films always had largely. They did, yeah. But like, again, you're just guessing. You don't know that what went into the coloration, though, Keldeo. Like, you know, yeah, that looks cool. So for why the live action films always, but like, they've colored Optimus Prime, they've colored Bumblebee, they've colored Mirage. I feel like if they just added some of the color to Primal, it would have really made him pop. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm not going to argue about it. Yeah, Thundercracker and a generic Seeker. I mean, that's the way I would go with it as well. Hey, Sovereign, if I didn't say it already, buddy. Why does Make Toys need to do something else? If this is making them money and the economy's not good right now, stick. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Stick with what's working. You could say that it's the Datsun Brothers, and we would believe you. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. I think that this looks all right for a Prowl. I'm interested to see more of it. DX9 minis. I assume that these are legend scale. I'm presuming. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm presuming that these are legend scale. They include Power Master Optimus Prime, of course, which was well shown off. And like, there's other ones that say DX9 mini that like they just give the numbers for, but like I don't know what it is necessarily. I like this though. That looks really cool for Power Master Optimus Prime. Really, really impressive, honestly. And I really don't know the scale for sure. But that looks real good, man. And again, here you have a bunch of teases. I'm not going to speculate and guess, but like this looks like it's probably Mirage. I don't know what this is. Maybe a Prowl of some sort. This big thing here, I don't know. Tidal Wave, a Megatron. I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see eventually. Collection Space doing a female Starscream. I mean, you know my thoughts on these. Let's take a Transformer and make it into like an inappropriate girl. It's not for me. I'm uncomfortable with this stuff. If you like it, cool. This jet mode looks super duper RID 2015. Super duper RID 2015. I don't know. It's not for me. It might be for you. New Age, they showed off a ton of stuff, including Trailbreaker, as well as all of his alternate variations. Motor Master, Drag Strip, Dead End, Wild Rider, Breakdown, Sunstreaker, and Side Swipe. And we already looked at the Trailbreaker stuff many times before, right? So this, I presume, is their Sunstreaker. Looks really good. This, I guess, is Sideswipe, I suppose. I mean, they're all legend scale. Mechanic Skull Studio, they are doing an Armada Ramjet, which looks really good. Looks like a nacelle as well, with the coloration, but it is obviously Armada Ramjet. Nice job. Really, really nice, impressive job. Not shocked that they're doing this at all. As well as Demolisher. Now, that's something that excites me. Demolisher. Starscream wife figure. Ha! Yeah, I could see that. DX9 Mini is Overlord and others. I don't know what you mean by that, but okay. Will they make female Skywarp? I'm sure they will. Would have been better name for Prowl, in my opinion. Finally, I feel like Demolisher is one of those guys that's been overlooked like a billion jillion times. And I'm not an Armada guy, but I'd be in for an updated Demolisher. I am concerned about the arm articulation. Those shoulder pylons, man, they're rough. I get that it's a design feature of him and stuff, but they are rough. Then we had, hold on. Coming out of there, we went into Touch Toys, and they showed off their Carefree Hellbird, Bomber Plane Tees, and Wu Tian Su Shang 2035. I have no idea what any of this is. That looks like a Star Scream to me. Make of that what you will. I feel like that these are more like unique designs, like an original line of transforming robot, but like they look really cool though. Very, very detailed. They do tend to give off, I think, Bay vibes though. So if that's not your thing, this might not be your thing because they definitely got those sort of vibes to them. Unique toys. I always love good old unique toys. All they showed off is their. This has to be MP. And they've been nailing it, knocking it out of the park with their MP stuff. It's gotten a lot of high praise. I'm sure that Stinger, when he's all colored up, will be much the same thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Magic Square was next with their Onslaught for their Bruticus, which is really cool. A great looking Onslaught in robot mode. We talked about this already, though, so I don't want to belabor it because we've already seen the images stuff for that guy like a couple of weeks ago. And the only things that I wanted to kind of revisit and renote is this, the vehicle. I still feel like the cab on the front is like, it's almost like it's angled up a little bit, like not quite transformed right or something, or bows in the middle or something. There's something not right about how this sits to me. Like right here. It just, I don't know what it is, but it's something. And of course, then we have the Bruticus torso. This is my other issue. Where's the head? I don't know if it goes attached. I don't know how solid it is. I don't know if it pops up. It's weird that there's no head there. And of course, DX9 are doing all of the Dinobots. I think these are legend scale, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Green Plane makes me think of Cybertron Jetfire. It's based off China Stealth Fighter Jet. Okay, if you say so. A great posable Onslaught already answered the question, Master Fire. Yes, they're legend scale. Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, they look legend scale, right? And I mean, that's fine. I got nothing against that. I mean, that swoop looks good. They all look good. Really. I love the back of his legs, back of Snarl's legs. I think they're so well done. So, 6-shot. That looks like a 6-shot. Fantastic Model was next. And I think this is a new company. I mean, it's always all the same guys doing the same things in the end. They showed off a side swipe and a red alert. And I think it was just like the design images. Like, I don't think they have gray scales. I think it's just the designs. But I mean, we all know what side swipe and red alert look like. These look like they have potential. Definitely have potential. Definitely going for with the way the door is done and stuff. I don't know if it's going for necessarily an animation accurate look as much as a toy accurate look, but time will tell. And then of course we get 2 Fans toys. Fans toys showed off Hook, Long Haul Mixmaster, and their Devastator. I mean, looks great. Again, I would suspect that the transformations are hey Tom, I would expect the transformations to be rough. Maybe I'm wrong. Love the Grimlock with the crown. Yeah, I agree with you. The Grimlock with the crown is really cool. Speaking of Cybertron, I've been working on something with Transformers Cybertron, and I hope it fits to fuel a Transformers series in Velocitron. Okay, well, good luck, I guess. Yes, I read a few months ago Magic Square is doing a 6-shot and Ultra Magnus 2-pack. Okay, look at that. Yeah, so many Devastators. It amazes me how often Devastator gets made and sells. It's shocking. Hook looks fine. Looks like Hook. I'm not blown away by Fans Toys C because they look good, but I can't watch the reviews because I get partway through it and I'm like, I can't look at this transformation anymore. This is hurting my soul. I reviewed Phoenix and I hated it. I hated everything about it. It was not for me. But I mean, this looks good. Like, that's a clean looking leg. How will the transformation be? How functional will it be? I don't know. And I think the Devastator looks super clean as well. Really, really like impressive look, especially the back here. Especially when we know the junk on the back of the 86 Devastator, for example, right? So it's clean. I'll give credit where it's due. It's just, I don't know if it's needed for the market. A bunch of faces, a bunch of heads. I don't know. Time will tell if it's any good. And of course, this is the last stuff, right? That's the Ocular Max thing. The Drift, which I think is an MP Drift as well. The Scrapper. I'm assuming that you add on the arm, but I really don't know. Again, a fine looking Devastator as well. Nothing wrong with it. I don't need it, but I understand if somebody sees it and is like, yeah, this is the Devastator for me. I totally get it. Fans Hobby, of course, we already talked about the Black Wing Saber. And of course, you can attach to Nemesis, Fatimus Prime. I don't know. And I like this Astro Flame. So, of course, this is the like Astro Train like repaint that I think was a BotCon exclusive that obviously uses the Jetfire mold, right? And honestly, like, it looks good. It's gonna be a train, but it looks good, and they look good. They all look good together. They all look good together as like a shattered glass version or something. This is very honest, so it's not really for me. I did want to point this out, though. Of course, this is the Metal Hawk. All of his gear. This is what I wanted to point out. You can put the armor on him, and some people might say maybe Hasbro should have done it this way. I want Astro Train so bad. That's Grand Scourge in fiction. Okay, there you go. And the Astro Train was a collector's club thing. Oh, it was a collector's club thing. You're right. Yeah, Grand Scourge, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. But anyway, the Metal Hawk here. Yeah, you can put the gear on him, and I think that that's a nice compromise for robot accuracy as well as having the, I guess, the faux pretender armor. G2 Megatron, and that's it. That was it. So there was a lot of stuff, honestly, that got revealed that I thought was very interesting. Not for nothing and not to be outdone, but Prime Woes, they also showed off their Overlord Megatron, which is a mix of G1 and Bay. Again, it's a statue, but man, does it look cool. Look at that evil fusion cannon, buddy. Holy smokes. I love Fans Hobby. This looks so fresh. I like the human armor look. I agree. I absolutely agree. Metal Hawk looks like he saw a ghost. So if you're into statues, this might be up your alley to go with the Optimus, which is huge. I assume this guy's also huge. Look at the fusion. The fusion cannon alone is gigantic. How much strength must he have to carry that around? Again, the attention to detail, the beauty of sculpt, all there for a statue. Definitely stylized, but it's definitely an artistic piece. This is the like day recap. You know, I mean, I guess this is that Devastator that we just saw at the end, the like Ocular Max one. And it looks fine. I do wish that there was a little more, I don't know. Like, I wish some of the molded in detail was like picked out in black line work or something. Because as it is, there's something that looks bland about. Now, I'm sure that it's missing paint apps too. Like, I'm sure this is a test shot. And like, keep in mind, like the windows here aren't painted or anything like that. So I do realize that as I make that gripe of I wish there was more added detail, really clean Devastator that they're putting out. As well, here we have a very clean version of Defensor as well. This has been well received. And most of this, again, is the stuff that we already kind of saw. So I'm not going to go through all of that necessarily again. Now, moving on slightly. I just want to make sure before I go into this. Yeah, moving on slightly from TFCon. Let's start to give a little bit of an update to the Omega Prime. The Overlord Megatron looks evilly awesome. That's a nice way of describing him, too. The energy that figure has is the same awesome power as Megatron. Absolutely. Seen the Megatron years ago. So cool. So let's go down here. And we're going good, comparable together. I also like the little turn into a head for Cerebros. No doubt about it. Of course, the ladder extends like it looks certainly good. You can see the size of him next to Death Source, who is the size of a combined, basically. And the Optimus looks good. I think they should have closed the chest a little bit more, but the Optimus looks real good, right? And I talked about the chest being too wide apart, but I'm pretty sure you can actually kind of bring the shoulders forward a little bit more and get that a bit closer together. Love the head sculpt on him. You can see he's obviously bigger than your typical Voyager here with the Rise of the Beast Optimus, for an example. But we're going to see some more examples as we go through. I don't need to see all the instructions. We know that that's gigantic. Let's go down here. Ultra Magnus is the one that surprised me. I did not expect him to be as tall as what he is, and he's quite tall. As tall as Death Source, you know? Menasor is way back here, but pretty much as tall as Menasor, which is really impressive. Now, I get that the base Optimus is smaller because, of course, he would have to put on all of his armor to become this, like, super Optimus, and that puts him about the height of Magnus, which makes total sense. And here you can see all of these guys together, very comparable in size, right? Very about the size of a combiner, a little bit shorter. And you can see down front, like there's the Voyager Optimus. There's the Transformers 1 Studio Series 1. There's the 86. There's the 86 Jazz and B. There's the Rise of the Beasts again. So like a ton of comparisons here. Omega Prime put together, shockingly, doesn't get a lot bigger. Gets a lot bulkier, but doesn't get a lot of extra height, which I think is good because he should be about that height and that size. I do like how the leftover bits still become like a base. It's too bad there are leftover bits, but like I'm still cool with it. I wish I'd back this as Master Far. I don't think crowdfunding these things should be a thing. They would just sell way more if this stuff was just like out in stores. I agree. So much third party is a thing that surprised me again is a Warhammer. What? Refugee GW would not allow it. I have no idea, Matthew, what you're talking about. I don't even understand the words that you wrote, my man. Sorry. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying that because I don't know what you're talking about. Love this head sculpt. I think they nailed it. Really nailed it. Same with the Magnus. I think they super nailed it. Comparable in length, the trucks for 86 and the Haslab. You can see the size of the 86 there as well next to them, along with Prima, right? So like a lot of comparisons here for sure. I think that this is really good. Again, the trucks comparable lengths, so very impressed. I think he's bigger, beefier, and bulkier than I thought he was going to be, and it's a real credit and testament that he's as good as what he is, honestly. So let's go down. And yeah, right here. Let's go down here. We're almost kind of sort of done this part of the show. I don't think crap on these, blah, blah, blah. Not to push my faith or shove. I'm not even going to finish reading that. I don't know. I don't like when people bring religion and faith stuff and stuff. You believe whatever it is to get you through, but I don't need to hear about it. Thanks. Omega Prime is just too big in my opinion, but like he's supposed to be that big. I mean, I get what you're saying, and he's too big for me, but like I think he's to scale. I think it's right. Warhammer is a big name in tabletop war gaming, and Games Workshop aggressively goes after third party. Are they the ones that made Warhammer? I don't know. I don't know anything about this tabletop war game. I don't even know what you're talking about. I've never heard of it. It's not a thing in my world. And I'm not saying to be rude. It's because I don't know what it is, so I really can't have an intelligent conversation about it. Kill Bison. I mean, we know he's a leg. We know he's a weird tank. A lot of bulk. A lot of bulk on him. A lot of bulk on these leg lads. I'm not sure about what the articulation is like on them. I'd like to see the knee bent deeper than this, but I don't know if it can. I mean, the arms are like that. Can they go out further than this? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a bit. But that being said, when I've been nervous in the past with some of the articulation limits, I've gotten it like with Star Saber and with Death Sword, and I was wrong. The articulation limits weren't there. They're fantastic. We're We're going to talk about this in a few moments as well. We already talked about the gears. Blokees, wave 3. And I think it's fairly straightforward. Like there's, minor megs. There's, you know what? Why don't I just tell you exactly? There's IDW minor megs, Orion packs, Tarn, minor megs with drill. Apparently that's a Chase exclusive. G1 Bumblebee, which I guess is what this is supposed to be. And Ramjet, as well as a Shattered Glass Magnus. I guess that's the Ramjet. That's the minor megs, the Orion packs, the Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus. This is Tarn, I guess. Ramjet. It's a weird looking G1 Bumblebee, but okay, whatever. I'm not that invested in the Blokees. They're cute. I respect them. I got a couple. I don't know if they're necessarily for me. Chris Carter is going to be at TF Nation. I think he done like inks or something like that, coloring or something. The IDW comics. So if that's your thing. For Walmart Collector Con, Sideways and Excellion, whatever his name is, those pre-orders are going up. I don't think I want to pre-order either of these. Target. And Target is actually doing, I can, let's talk about it. Target is going to be doing like Transformer Thursdays, and they're going to be well, pre-orders went up today. This is the first Thursday of March, and pre-orders went up today for DevCon as part of that Target Thursday thing. If you missed DevCon, I don't know, get your Target pre-order in. I will tell you now, here in Canada, like I've seen the pre-orders for this on Walmart. I've seen the pre-orders for this on GameStop. It's not an exclusive here. I don't know if it's it's an exclusive because of this Walmart Collector Con thing in the States. We don't get that. We don't do that. We don't do the Collector Con thing here. But like, get him. He's great. He's really great. I reviewed him already though, so I won't be reviewing him again. I reviewed DevCon in episode 1092 about a year ago. Certainly when he releases, I think in Canada he's slated to release December. So I'll certainly share his review around again then. So I didn't have an unboxing, but I did have a bot. That's not the only bot I have, because Nacelle also getting a reissue. This is, I gotta say, the wildly superior Seeker mold. So I know a lot of people love the Earthrise, but waist. The wings can go up and down and back and forth all around. The arms, zero hollowness, super deep elbow, wrist. I don't know why they didn't use these arms on the Earthrise. I think I could have forgiven the waist if you had done the arms this way. The Earthrise has hollowness back here on the bicep. This one doesn't. The chest is more accurate. It shouldn't be as deep as what the Earthrise is. This looks great. The head of the Earthrise way more accurate than this head. I'll give you that. The legs, we don't have the wings on the side, nor should we. Even on the back, it's not hollow or anything. We don't have to worry about a knee. Like when we bend the knee here, it's good and it's deep. I find a lot of times when I bend the Earthrise knee that it comes untabbed at the kneecap. So I would suggest to you to get this one. Add it to your Secret collection. Love him. He's fantastic. Really fantastic. This was the one that released that had the mold release residue left on it that everybody mistook for actual mold on the figure. And that wasn't the case. I looked at him in episode 1119 last year. 1119. And finally, Nova Prime. And I looked at Nova Prime in episode 1120. So I had Nacelle and Nova Prime come in around the same time. They were 2 reviews in a row. So 1092 for DevCon, if you're going to look it up and look on the playlist and go down through the numbers. 1119 and 1120 for Nacelle and Nova Prime. And you can get all of my thoughts there. Personally, I think all 3 bots are tremendous. Now, we're going to do something that we don't normally do, because I'm going to, did we go through all the news? I just want to make sure here now. Yeah, we did. So we're going to do something that we've never done before. We're going to end with trivia. And the trivia this week, this is an easy one, I think. What Transformer has the anchor arm accessory used in battle? The anchor arm. Who has the anchor arm? Is that the name put on Grapple's hook? That's A. Is it used by Skybite? That's B. Is it used by Scrounge as his special arm? That's C. Or is it used by the Cyber Shark? D. So the anchor arm, is it Grapple's hook? A. Is it Skybite? B. Is it Scrounge? C. Or is it the Cyber Shark? D. We have a B. We have a B. B, D, B, B. Yeah, it's B. It is Skybite. But yeah, Skybite, get in the cell. He's great. Get DevCon. He's great. And while, as Matthew said there, we were talking about Nova earlier and the Battle Core one. I mean, do what you like. But honestly, I don't have any issue with this. As for the upgrade kit for this guy, I'm still on the fence about it. I like it, but I think the price here in Canada is like $70. I don't know if I like it $70. I don't know if it adds that much to him for $70, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as time goes on. And with that said, my friends, we are done here. Thank you very much for coming by, for giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around, and have some fun with us here on the channel. And please and thank you, don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams right here on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way inside the videos. And tomorrow, by the way, we take a look at Legacy Evolution Sludge. Have a great weekend, folks.